Hey, what is up everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Emp.money, a protocol on the Binance Smart Chain that is actually blowing up, and in my opinion, especially in these market conditions, is one of the best places to park your money. Now, before we jump into this video, please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification so that you are notified of all upcoming videos. In this video, we're going to go over the entire protocol briefly. Secondly, we're going to jump over to who the team actually is and why I personally think that they are one of the best teams in DeFi. And I know that's a big statement, but I do personally believe that, and I'll show you guys why. Thirdly, the community that they have on Discord and Telegram and how they are extremely strong. And lastly, my personal opinions on this protocol. Now, it is important to note that, of course, none of the information in this video is financial advice, and you guys should always do your own research, and you should always use money you are willing to lose. Now, right off the bat, you guys can see here that Emp.money has $46 million locked. Even though we are in this bearish market right now where the entire market has been going down for a significant amount of time, we can see that their TVL is still significantly higher than a lot of other protocols we've seen. Now, right off the bat, a lot of people might be looking at it and thinking, it's just a tomb fork. But I promise you, stick around for the rest of the video. You'll see that it is actually so much more. Now, their main native token, EMP, as you guys can see, is pegged to ETH. And as you guys will know from my other videos as well, the token needs to be above 1.01 peg in order for the protocol to work properly. Now, the first thing I want to hop over is to the fact that Emp.money themselves have a free academy that everybody, in my opinion, should jump into. This is 100% free. There is no charges. You just have to sign up. As you guys can see, I already signed up right here, and you know, I've already kind of gone over a majority of the short videos that are here. These are very precise videos, and I definitely suggest you guys go and have a look at these, as these are very important. Now, when I did personally speak to AJ, he mentioned that he's talking to me because my community is filled with smart investors, and that's something I pride myself in. And I do think that people that are investing in Emp.money are indeed in the same category. They are smart investors, and that is why they have this EMP Academy laid out so that you can understand exactly what you're investing in, every little part of the protocol in video description here, so you don't have to rely on, you know, simply reading the documentations and perhaps getting confused from there, but rather you have a visual aid to kind of guide you through the protocol, so that not only can you make money and you can sleep at night while you're earning passive income, but you can also be helping the protocol and the longevity of the protocol. Now, right off the bat, you guys can see here that the first thing that the protocol provides is the farm. Now, in the farm, we have a couple of farms. So obviously, guys, EMP, as I said earlier, is a peg token. So you have the peg token LP'd with Ethereum. As you guys can see, we're just paying out an extremely respectable 0.35% every single day. And secondly, you have the eShare BNB LP. Now, if you guys look here, you guys can see eShare is their share token. And since this is on the Binance Smart Chain, you guys can essentially LP it with BNB and farm here for 0.8% every single day. Now, I will mention, of course, eShares are a lot more volatile than EMP if you guys have a look at it statistically. And that's because of the fact that although the peg will go up and down, right? You'll see the peg sometimes go down to 0.99. Sometimes it'll go up to 1.02, 1.03. However, it functions optimally at 1.01. Now, we've seen lots of projects like this, and we've seen how they failed miserably, because obviously at the end of the day, they're Ponzi schemes. However, what they have done is implemented a lot of good things. Now, recently I was on a phone call with one of my friends named Gum, and we were talking about how nodes are very difficult. Now, I know a lot of you guys look at nodes and you're like, oh boy, here we go again. But I promise you, the EMP nodes are actually really smart. Now, right off the bat, you guys can see they have several types of nodes. So they have the nano node, the mini node, the killer node, mega node, giga node, and they all offer really good APRs because of the fact that, remember guys, you're essentially depositing the peg token. Now, another thing that these guys have done, which is similar in nature, and a lot of people call it a drip fork, but I actually want to jump into it a little bit more, is the detonator. This is probably one of the most exciting things in Emp.money that I have personally seen, and I'm definitely going to be jumping into this as soon as I can. At first instance, the detonator does look like a drip fork because of the fact that you get 1% every single day. However, they do have other functionalities implemented, which makes it much more lucrative than other protocols. The first of which being the lottery prize system that they have ongoing right now, which is that every day right here, as you guys can see, daily prizes at 12 a.m. UTC, there is a detonation that happens, which is why it's called the detonator. And there is two ways essentially individuals can win money, and that money is put back into the detonator, which then increases your 1% every single day. Now, how can you do this? Well, first of all, you can do it by sniping the entry, so you can have the highest amount of tickets at the end of the night. And trust me guys when I tell you, it gets really intense, right? In the last 5 minutes, you have thousands of dollars that are being deposited in here. And of course, you guys already know Emp.money, they have their own YouTube channel. They go live every single day, no days missed. If you actually head on over to their channel, you guys can see they're live every single day answering questions and everything that you guys can actually want from a project. You know, they've been doing several AMAs and everything all the time. That's what AJ is here for. That's what he talks about in his videos. And as you guys can see here, for example, the last few seconds of a recent AMA that was happening, I was live here, I was watching it just to learn more about the protocol, and it gets intense.
We are at 7,321.
Nice. So a little slow day today. Oh, major snipe. Holy shit, I say a little slow day, and here comes a snipe. Major snipe 209. Let's see if that holds up. 20 seconds. Good luck, everyone. Here we go.
511.
Holy shit. Fireworks major today. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7,
Wow.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Holy cow.
640. 640 just came in. It might be late.
Shit. Is it late? Let's
Hey,
see.
It's late. It's late. It's late.
Oh my god, what a day. Holy shit.
So at this instant, we saw like right in the last moments, there's a lot of people trying to snipe it. So I definitely suggest, you know, if you guys are looking to get into the project, definitely do, you know, make your LP, hold on to it, maybe snipe it right at the last second. You could have AJ's reaction live on stream. It was so much fun, honestly, seeing that. And it is definitely something that made me want to, you know, move a lot of my funds over so I can participate in this protocol. Because first of all, if I am looking for longevity, of course you want to be in the EMP ETH LP first. That is always the first place to go, because that is how you can help the protocol the most. And then what you can do is essentially take profits from here, or take whatever you farm from here and go into nodes and everything like that. In my opinion, if you are going into nodes first, you are kind of doing it wrong, because you will end up selling the EMP, and that's not something you want to do because of the fact that we want the protocol to survive. Now, detonator, the other awesome thing about the detonator, which I haven't seen in other protocols, is the fact that you're going to be depositing EMP ETH LP. Now, I don't know if you guys know how valuable this is, because this is LP that gets locked up for good. Now, as we saw here, the LP value, the highest total deposit price, the highest individual was 511, and even though there was somebody that deposited 640 LP, which is approximately, I think, $40,000 or $50,000 right afterwards, it was right after the timer ended. So the individual with 511 actually ended up winning. As you guys can see right here, the individual won. He deposited $30,000. He got that bonus on top, which means that every single day his 1% is going to be that much more valuable. His 1% is actually going to be a lot higher, and that's just the way to play it, right? So we can see this functionality that they've added actually being useful in real life. We see them through the streams. We see it, you know, even right here, as you guys can see, somebody's deposited 256, and that's the highest one there. So, you know, these are all things to incentivize people to kind of deposit that EMP ETH LP, which once again helps the overall health of the protocol. And the treasury itself is extremely rich. They have a lot of money that they are obviously using for a good reason. Now, the other cool thing I just realized right here is the fact that they have an advertisement right here, which is also super smart. And this is why I'm telling you guys my second point in how the team is one of the best. They are using every means possible to make sure that the protocol is generating revenue, not only from itself, right? And not only from all the several options that they have, but also from outside revenue. Because guess what, guys, you have to come here every single day to compound your rewards, or else they get forfeited, right? And every time you're gonna come, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna see the advertisement. It's gonna make that ad revenue, and as such, the protocol is gonna be stronger and stronger as the days go by. And to me, it's honestly astonishing. You know, it's honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. The fact that it's been holding peg so stably, and I don't really even check it every day. I'm not concerned about it at all. I will actually be adding on to my stakes, as I mentioned earlier, and diversifying my portfolio inside this protocol because of the fact that I do believe in its longevity. And remember, guys, I always talk about how if a protocol is so strong in the bear market, in such a, you know, unfortunately downtrending market, you can only imagine as soon as the bull market comes back around, it's definitely going to be much stronger. Now, as one of my mods in my Discord says, as always, his name is Echo Tamer. He always talks about how it's a matter of when and not if, because we are, of course, crypto degens. We are believers of crypto, and as such, it is only a matter of when Bitcoin is going to turn around and get into that bull run, not if. And as such, I do believe that once it does turn around, this number is going to jump drastically. And of course, if we are holding peg, it is a reliable project. This is going to be a home for many new investors, as it is a home for a lot of other investors, such as myself. Now we've gone over the farm, the detonator, the nodes. However, it's important to also look at stake. Now, this is something a lot of people undermine and don't actually realize. So for people such as myself that have Ethereum, you can essentially make 76% APR on your Ethereum. Now, before you guys jump and say, oh, 76%, that's not a lot. Well, if you actually think about it, it is in a safer environment, because look here, you're going to be staking your ETH and you'll earn 19% fixed on your principal per quarter every 90 days. The interest is paid in ETH. You're not earning any other tokens. You're actually earning ETH. So if you compare that, for example, to other exchanges, you guys can see right here, 3%, woo, 8%, woo. But as a matter of fact, here you're getting 70% of Ethereum. So obviously, it is my opinion that this is very, very undervalued. There's already 753 ETH deposited in here. This number, I can only see it going up because this is absolutely brilliant. You guys can see they have a maximum amount. So of course, I do suggest, if you do have ETH laying around, to kind of throw it in here. You're earning ETH, so you're not earning anything else. So it is definitely, in my opinion, one of the better investments in the crypto space for Ethereum. And of course, the other element I kind of want to jump into real quick is the boardroom. Now, of course, you guys already know the boardroom always tends to pay out more than the farm, which is a little bit less, and that is because of the fact that it does print the EMP tokens. And of course, this is not financial advice, but if you are to buy E-shares right now, they're valued at $1,600. I've seen this go up a lot more, $1,800 easily. You could deposit your E-shares here and you'll earn EMP, and with this EMP you can then play around on several other elements, you know, and deposit your funds into, for example, the detonator, or you can essentially create EMP ETH-LP, and then you can put it into the detonator, or alternatively, as I've done myself, for example, you can even create this EMP ETH-LP. And you can also see here, you could also even zap your funds in, right? So if you have EMP, E-share, ETH, BSD, whatever it is, you can zap it in, so that it's just that much more convenient for you to be able to do so. Now, they also do have auto vaults, which is located on Yield Wolf. Now, if you guys don't know what Yield Wolf is or auto vaults, it basically just auto compounds your LP. So if you have ETH EMP, for example, right here, it'll auto compound it, which allows you to get a higher return overall because of the fact that it's auto compounding. And that's pretty much it in regards to the protocol, guys. The other thing that I did mention that I want to talk about is the leader of Emp.money, the person that I have spoken to, who actually really, you know, made me realize that this protocol is definitely something that I want to be a part of, is AJ. AJ is an individual who is the core team leader of Emp.money. Of course, they have other members on their team as well, but AJ is kind of the person who kind of oversees everything. I personally have mad respect for this individual just because of the fact that he is well established and well successful outside of the DeFi space himself. You know, having successfully done lots of paintings and art for even, you know, President Barack Obama. So this individual obviously has a lot of experience in the real life, and now he's being able to apply it over here onto Emp.money by not only providing several functionalities for the peg to be held and for a protocol to sustain itself and for individuals to make that passive income, but also by creating, you know, educational platforms so that everybody understands exactly how to invest in these protocols. Now, I do suggest you guys go and watch this if you haven't already. This, you know, will help you understand exactly who the EMP leader is. And you guys know, if the project team is indeed doxed, it obviously makes me safer to put my money into it. Now, in regards to the community, guys, if we look on over to the EMP Discord, you guys can see that they have a very strong Discord with over 3,500 members. If you look in the announcement, you guys can see here recently, AJ himself going over something that I did discuss earlier in the video, which is that with the EMP protocol, the #1 way to win at EMP is being heavily weighted into our LP farms. Those produce e-shares. You can sell those e-shares and responsibly take profit without hurting the ecosystem. This is the most important concept with EMP. If you have already started in nodes or the boardroom, consider allocating much more to the farms with the EMP you are generating. If you are selling EMP for profit, you're doing it wrong. Exactly what I was saying, guys, right? And that's because you have to have that liquidity pool created. You have to have the EMP ETH LP created to sustain the protocol. Remember, guys, if you could get into a protocol that is more long lasting, that has, you know, that you can sleep at night peacefully with your money locked there in that protocol, that is what we want at the end of the day. DeFi, decentralized finance, passive income, these are only going to be realistic if you can actually go to bed, do your day-to-day things without having to constantly look at charts. And that's what AJ is trying to create here. That's what the team of Emp.money is trying to create here. You know, all these individuals here, you can see all their names, very reputable people in the space, very active in the space, willing to talk to people, willing to do those daily AMAs to answer any questions that may arise, whether you have invested $100 or whether you've invested $100,000. These people are here to answer your questions, and that's what I like to see. That's the professionalism that we need in DeFi to make it go from that rug pull scam environment to an environment where people are earning substantial amounts of money passively for years to come, not just for a 1 month period of time or a 1 week period of time, or, you know, people suffering from extreme amounts of impermanent loss before, you know, everything goes to shit. These people are definitely trying to create that passive income that we all dream about in DeFi. Now, as you guys can also see here, if we look down below, EMP is a top 5 DeFi project on Binance Smart Chain based on daily active users according to DApp Radar. I don't think you guys understand how insane that actually is. EMP Finance, as you guys can see here, number 5, beside huge names such as PancakeSwap, BuySwap, 1inch, ApeSwap, and then you have Emp.money. Like, literally, you have Emp.money, which is a protocol generating revenue beside DEXs, which are you know, exchange platforms and stuff like that, which goes to show you how highly EMP is maintained and how well it is actually being handled in the space. Now, guys, in regards to concluding thoughts about this protocol, you guys have already seen I have invested a little bit of my money just to test it out. I wanted to see personally myself as to how they conduct the AMAs and how they are you know, handling the project, just to see whether it's all talk or if they do have some you know, or if they do have some backing behind the talk, and whether this TVL is just ballooned up to 46 million and it is eventually going to go down to absolutely zero. And when I did see the things that these guys are implementing, they are, you know, putting a lot of thought behind it. This is not generalized stuff. They are putting extreme amounts of thought, extreme amounts of time to make sure that individuals' funds are safe. They do not need to be doing this. They have enough funds, from what I can see. A majority of the team have established themselves in the real world, and as such they don't really need to be doing this, but they are doing it because of the innovation and the brilliant future that we all believe DeFi will bring sometime soon. So that being said, guys, please make sure you guys like the video if you do like informative videos about sustainable and long-lasting projects like this. It is always an enjoyment making videos and investing in protocols that I personally feel confident in. One of the main things I do suggest you definitely do, guys, is of course join their free academy. There's no charges or anything of the sort. There's all the information you need about every single element of the protocol, which I think is fantastic, as I did kind of, you know, go over everything really thoroughly before I decided to make a video on it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. I thank you all for watching the video. I hope you guys have an amazing end of the week, and as always, guys, let's get that bag. Peace.